All right, everyone, here we go with the Soulmate Journey update. One deck for the DF, one deck for the DM. I cut the decks. I did something a little different today. I cut the decks before I hit the record button. And randomly at the bottom, normally I show you the randomly at the bottom, but it's not random, I guess this time. I cut the deck. At the bottom is the Chariot, just to give us some kind of theme energy here. And the Chariot's at the bottom of the DM deck. At the DF, I've got the Queen of Swords. And this kind of jives nicely. This sort of is in the in-between here. There's like an energy of one side not wanting to half-ass anything. We're coming into Venus and Scorpio, which I'm probably going to pull on tomorrow. And that's an energy that very much likes things all in, sort of a thing. So this energy here is coming towards you, but I'm not sure. It's sort of like they meet you at the door and you're holding a frying pan and a rolling pin, about to bop them over the head with it, chase them down the street. I'm not sure. We'll see where we go here. Well, let's hope that they're all in and it's not a half-ass thing. Now, I don't know if this is your runner. I don't know if this is romantic or if this is a soul tie you have with a family member you got a problem with or a friend. I'm not sure. But we are sort of right now with the combination of the Super Beaver, the Super Beaver moon, Mars in Sagittarius, and Venus moving into Scorpio, etc. We are looking at our tribe, if you will. It's saying we're making some cuts. You know, it's almost like a baseball team or some kind of sports team where we're making some cuts. Who's performing and who's not, right? Let's see where we go. Let's shuffle for the DF. That's most of you watching. You know, in this soulmate cycle, most of the DFs are the non-runners. They're the ones on a search for your self-worth, your Empress energy and all of that. This side over here, very superficial. Very self-focused, very Burger King, often within this soulmate cycle. All right. Let's see where we go. Let's see where we're at. It's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here or you found Steve's Love Tarot, you're here for a reason. This reading is timeless. I'm not a fucking time lord. There's a whole playlist of these. We've been tracking the soulmate cycle since, I think I started these readings in July of 2021 or some shit. I don't know. Bottom of the deck for you. All right, let's do this. We'll get to this. We're going to clarify all kinds of stuff here. Is the Page of Pentacles. I want to say it's communication. It's in the environmental energy around whatever the base card's going to be for you. Yeah. I almost want to, I don't want to get Yoda on you. I don't want to look to the future. No, I don't want to do that. But it's a little bit of something you learned from the past. Try not to forget it. Okay? I feel like I want to say it. I shouldn't, but I want to. Yeah, it's the star. You might think, well, it's a bit of like we say sometimes somebody's thinking with their zipper. It's a little bit of that. It's not really exactly. You don't want to take me literally on that. It's more a case of, well, I wished for it, so I guess, all right. So, because this energy feels like it's coming towards you, and even that Chariot tells me that. But it's like, well, I wished for it, so whatever, kind of a thing. That's taking you back to an old energy, and we want to be careful about that. Something you once wanted, when I could read it literally, like something you once wanted when you were younger shows up, and you're inclined just to take it because it showed up. I want you to consider your path. It's going to be different for all of you. Make your own decisions. Do what you want to do. Think with your zipper if you want. God knows I've done it enough times in my life, right? Hell, at one point, I just stopped wearing zippers. I just got button fly. I had a button fly phase. You know, I mean, at the end, and then if that didn't work, just sweatpants. You know, but at the end of the day, thinking with my drawstring, right? At the end of the day here, that's what's going on, all right? Something you once wanted shows up. I feel that. But I think you've grown. Now, if this is, you might say, well, what if this is a family member, Steve, or something like that, or a friend? Family members often want to keep us small. They want to keep us as children, right? The mom or the aunt. I've told the story of my aunt who just keeps talking about how when I was little, right? Never mind all the shit that's happened in between. It's just instantly, that's the story she tells. You got 500 other stories to tell about me. You tell the one when I was 3 or 4. You know, I mean, it's like that. So again, you've changed. You've been gone for a while, made some changes in your style since this person might want to keep you back. Keep that in mind. we're not really in an energy of go along to get along, so I don't think you will. I just think what I'm saying is something you should keep in mind. Do what you want to do. Make your own decisions. Let's clarify this with the little version of this deck. All right, the little animal deck, which randomly at the bottom, and I did not know that was there, is a tower. Yeah, I think we're getting there's a lot of old business wrapping up right now. There's a lot of unfinished business happening. A lot of unfinished business that didn't wrap up in 2022, which was the year of unfinished business. That's the title I gave 2022. Some of it, we didn't get a chance to wrap it all up. Some of it's wrapping up now. I mean, it is what it is. All right, let's go. The star, why is it here? Let's clarify for you. Okay, let's do it. Let's clarify for you. Let me fix my camera real quick here. There we go. Sorry about that. I apologize. We had people over last night. Somebody bumped my table. Fucking hell. You bumped my table. You bumped Steve's Love Tarot right out of existence. I had to set everything back up. Fortunately, I got tape on the floor and where everything is. But it's never going to be the same. It'll never be the same again. No, I'm just kidding. It's perfect. It's fine. All right, here we go. The star, why is it here? 5 of Wands at the bottom, crossing whatever the center card is. I'm going to pull red with the Page of Wands. It's a very small energy. It feels very small here. I don't know why. What's on top? The 7 of Wands. What's the center card? I want to be very careful what I say here. The King of Pentacles. Yeah, just I feel it. I feel it's like what's red with the 7 of Wands? Yeah, the King of Swords. Oh, you are tempted to tell this person to just fuck off. I mean, that Queen of Swords at the bottom was so accurate. I don't mean it in the exact way I said it. I just mean to give you the example. It's just if, let's say this is a friend who used to know you when, or a family member or something, they just treating you like a child or like you used to be, and you're like, I'm a fucking king now, right? I mean, it's like, in the extreme example, you're the CEO of a corporation and mommy shows up and embarrasses you in front of the whole fucking building, right? You know, I mean, I don't know. You know, oh, you're not wetting your bed again, are you? Oh, fuck. Oh, man. You know, God, I hope it's not like a gangster rap thing or something. That's going to ruin street cred right there, mommy asking about wetting beds. I mean, it is a bit of that. I just want you to just... I don't know what advice to give you. I want to be careful, but there, look who's back. That's what was randomly at the bottom, and we picked that up. It's there. I think you're tempted to say something. I don't think you should. I think you should zip your lip. I think you should maybe use this encounter with whoever this is as a chance to see how far you've grown, and leave it alone. Okay? I mean, that's the best I can tell you. It's not worth it. Is what I know. Look, what I said about this when it was randomly at the bottom here when I first picked it up, I said you're waiting for him at the door with a frying pan and a rolling pin and go chase him down the street. Fucker. It's not worth it. Okay? It isn't. Because I'll tell you why. In the example of the family member, they're never going to see you as anything but how they see you. Okay? And I've said it before. That's why it's hard to go on a spiritual. I think everybody should go out and have a rum sprigga of their own, the way the Amish people do. I think it's very smart that they do that. Because you're never going to figure out who you are or be allowed to grow and change when you spend your whole life completely surrounded by people who knew you when you were 5 and when you wet the bed. It's never going to happen because they always want to keep that image in there. Right, so they'll pick on you. You make some changes, right? You dye your hair green because you want to try it. They pick on you and all this. It kind of ruins it. You know, you want to throw it out there in the world and see who bites. Run it up the flagpole and see who salutes it. Nobody going to salute it around here. So you've got an energy coming in that knew you when, and you're different now, and you're tempted to show them. You're tempted to rise up and show them that. Now I don't think it's worth it. I'm speaking from experience and what the energy is here. Okay? So it is what it is. All right. Let's go. Well, here comes. All right. Somebody got a lot of determination here to come towards you. Let's go. Let's shuffle on the DM. Let's do it. Take my advice. Don't take my advice. Make your own decisions. All right. I'm just speaking from experience, you know. I grew up, I came out here to California when I was a teenager, but late teens. But I grew up with somebody who probably would have been one of the best drummers who ever existed. And I said, I'm going out to L.A. You want to come? I mean, we might see if, maybe we'll put a band together or something. It'll be fun. He said, no, I don't want to go. I'm gonna just stay here. I said, well, why? We're 19 years old, man. And he's like, well, my family's here. That was his answer. And I thought, well, they're not going anywhere. We're not putting them in the incinerator and lighting them on fire. You can always come back. And there's these things called telephones that existed even when I was 19. He never did. He regrets it to this day. That now he's not doing real well. I mean, he's, working some lame job. I'm somebody who would have been one of the best drummers in the world. Nobody ever know his name. And what's funny is when I got here, drummers were in great demand. If you were a good drummer, you made money easy in Los Angeles. There were no good drummers. Everybody was what I would call the boots drummer, where they wore the big cowboy boots and they barely could play, man. There were only a few guys that could really play out here at that time. He would have done great. But again, we let strange things hold us back. Strange notions, propaganda that's been put in our head. I think this person here sees you an old way. You've gone out and found yourself a little bit, or you're in the process of it. I don't think it's worth trying to school them. They're not going to learn. Perhaps it's just a chance for you to see how far you've grown. All right. I'd hate to have anybody end up like that friend of mine. He drinks a lot of whiskey and spends a lot of his time, wondering why. I mean, it's like those people that cry when they get voted off Love Island. It's like you could just call the person. They're just going to a fancy hotel. They're not being killed when they leave the set. Chill out. It's no big deal. It's just a show, right? At the bottom here, same thing. I don't know. It's not. I just still think it's not worth confronting this person. There they are again. Again, there's a lot of determination here to come towards you. A lot of it. All right. What's the base energy here? 3 cups. Somebody misses you. I'm going to phrase it that way. Okay, that's the energy that's there. They miss you. All right. Cool. Now I could phrase that a lot of ways. I could say they miss you because you went away, right? And you don't call enough. I don't know. Or I could say they miss you because they ran from. They're the reason that you're missed because they ran from you. I could also say though, the way the energy feels, they miss you because you've changed. Man, this energy, whoever this belongs to, doesn't like that. It's going to do whatever it can to hold you in place. What did my friends? Family do in my little example I gave earlier to hold him in place? They guilt tripped him. They made it sound like if you leave, you can't come back, kind of a thing. What the hell kind of what kind are people who give you ultimatums worth your fucking time? Are you serious? Are you serious? You can't shove family down someone's throat and say how important it is and then give someone an ultimatum that they're out if they do this, if they don't do it your way. That kind of a thing. That's not right. I didn't think it was right at the time, and I still don't. I still think that's wrong. My point is, whatever this is here, this is somebody who wants you to be who you were. And you're now something different. And you're tempted to rise up and show them that. Now, this can be on a small level or it can be on a high level. I don't know. It's going to vary for all of you. On a small level, it's just somebody you used to work with a long time ago or somebody you used to date and they think you want to still do the crazy shit you used to do, but you're like, I got a fucking career now, Or on a high level, again, it could be a family member or something like that. And it annoys you that they still see you as this little fawn, okay? Yet you went out and did your whole thing. I don't know. I have no idea. I pick up a past oppressiveness to this energy, all right? And I only share my life experience with you in stories because it might help somebody. If it doesn't help you, well, that's fine. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, you've done well. You've grown in some capacity. For some of you, you're trying to grow in a confined space, and this energy is still seeing you. In other words, you don't have a separation from this energy. This energy is seeing you as this little fawn, and you're trying to grow. So that's where my advice comes in. It's you've got to, go to school somewhere far away or something like that. Whatever it is, have some experience. You can always go back. It's not the end of the world. Have your rumspringa at some point in life. It's extremely important. For the soul, it is what it is. But that's why we got a lot of King of Wands out there. That's why we've got a lot of people who are oppressed. There's a lot of oppressive energy out there. Most people in this world will live and die their entire life. They'll be born and they'll die within a half-hour drive of the hospital they were born in. There's only so much you could experience in that. Even if you were like, I'm really into chipmunks, Steve. Okay, you're really into chipmunks. That's fine. But if you live on the East Coast, you got to travel a couple of thousand miles to see a Townsend's chipmunk. You'll just spend your whole life looking at Eastern chipmunks all day long. Well, good for you. But what if you want to see some Rocky Mountain squirrels and things like that, right? Go see them. That's all. I'm just saying. Confined spaces do not make a broad soul. It confines the soul. It pushes it in. All right. Anyway, let's see where we go. 3 of Cups. So this could be somebody in your life, and you're trying to grow, and they keep seeing you as that. It's still not worth engaging them. It's still not worth confronting them. I don't believe it is. It never accomplishes anything. If you back this type of energy into a corner, it will give you an ultimatum. And for me, I don't know if you'll like me or not. I doubt it. A lot of people aren't. But for me, an ultimatum is a fucking deal breaker. You don't give me ultimatums. It is, it doesn't, so you don't want to be put in that kind of position if you're at all like that. Let's see where we go. Unfortunately, my drummer friend caved to the ultimatum. I don't know. What the hell? I don't know what the big draw with staying was. I can't see it. And neither can he now. All right, here we go. 3 of Cups. Let's see where we're at. Their bottom card is the 5 of Cups. It's interesting that you both got 5s crossing the center card I'm going to pull. That in and of itself is interesting. Underneath that is the 3 of Wands. You've got a Queen of Swords. Again, sometimes I will say this. This energy is sorry for something. It's regretful for something. But I don't think it even understands what. I think it's like somebody who says sorry without an explanation. Sorry without an explanation tells me you don't even know what you're sorry for. You just want the conflict to end. Right? That's bullshit, right? So somebody here, I don't think they get it. I think it's Steve's love tarot, so I'm gonna keep it love related, but I think you're speaking different love languages here, okay? Big time, all right? I don't think they have any idea what they're walking towards. I think they think they're walking towards this fawn, and they're not. And this is this star card, this is an old wish. This is an old somebody you wanted to, it could be an ex, it could be a runner, or it could be an old energy that you're attached to in this, it feels very in this lifetime, so it could be a family member. Again, like I said, what's on top here? Somebody does miss you. The 4 of Pentacles. Somebody's afraid of losing you. It's a miser energy. Misers don't spend the money. They're afraid if they get started, it'll all go away, right? The logic of a miser is, let's say they had exactly $1 million stuffed in the bed, right? Their logic is, if I spend $1, I'm not a millionaire anymore, right? So they're not going to spend $1. You see what I'm saying? It's a bit of that. Somebody here is afraid of losing you. But in trying to hold on to you, they're losing you. So it's kind of a paradox in a way, sort of. Center card crossed by the 5 of Cups. Look at that. Look. Oh, why is that important? That's a Page of Pentacles. That's you. That's how they see it's. This backs up every fucking thing I said when I did this. When I talked about what they're sorry for, they don't understand what they're sorry for. This person still sees you as this Page of Pentacles. Plain. That's who they're coming toward. This is red with the Chariot and this, and they're sorry and they'd like to move forward, but they don't have any idea, right? This girl wants you to go surfing. This person wants you to go surfing with them. It's a girl on the card. Look at how flat the water is. Right? You're the king of swords, the queen of swords. You're the seven of wands, the king of pentacles. You're two kings and a queen. You're not this little page anymore. You're surfing big fucking waves. Big 15-footers, 30-footers, big giant fucking waves. They still want to go out to the kiddie pool with you. Okay? Now, again, this doesn't have to be a family member. It can be someone who loves you. Someone who, an ex can still see you the way you were. We could take this and Steve's Love Tarot it up and say you used to like to have foursomes and party and have fun and skinny dip down by the pond, and this person still wants to do it, and now you're all buttoned up and grown up. You don't do that shit anymore. You got a couple kids. You know, what the hell? What are we supposed to do? Bring them? Cover their eyes? I mean, that's what my parents would have done, but hopefully you're better than that. Anyway, what's red? That happened many times, believe me. Actually, that's kind of funny. You kids stay over there in the sleeping bag. We're not going to stay over there in the sleeping bag. We kids don't do that. What's red with the Four of Pentacles? The Queen of Pentacles. They want to make themselves feel better. They want to come see you to get this soul nurtured, make themselves feel better. They feel guilty about something. They feel bad about something. They miss you. I don't know what. Maybe they ran from you. Maybe they treated you bad. Maybe they miss old times. I don't know. But this is about a soul nurturing energy. It's not about your energy attached to it. Right? Somebody just figures, or in one level, I'm sure your energy is attached to it. Somebody just figures they'll give you a call because they feel bad and they miss you. But I think you're annoyed to hear from this person on some level. Maybe not initially, but after they start talking and you realize that they still are treating you like you used to be, I think you're annoyed by it. I don't blame you. One bit. I would be too. Let's see what else the universe wants to tell you. Do what you want to do. Make your own decisions. But, you know, I speak from a great deal of experience. I speak from somebody with very few regrets, you know, in midlife. You know, because I did take advantage of a lot of things when I was younger. It's never too late to be the person you were supposed to be. It's never too late. I don't care if you're one of my 90-year-old viewers. Get the fuck out the rest home, right? Go rent a Ferrari and take off, motherfucker. Right? Have some fun. I can't drive anymore, Steve. Ah, whatever. You get a ticket. You know, it's fine. Just don't hurt no one. All right, here we go. You catch my drift. That's all you got to do. All right. Anyway, I think I said it right up, summed it up nicely. Whoever this is shows up because they miss you, and I think initially you're fine, but once you realize they see you as who you were, and there's nothing you can say that's going to change their view of you, it's annoying because you're two kings and a queen, and they're looking at you like you're some little page, little tiny page of pentacles, right? Anyway, let's go. Oh, yeah, there it is. There, it's in the base reading. Jesus. All right, what else the universe wants to tell you? Give me 3 cards and a crossing card. What else you want to tell everybody before we go? Anything? 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 Yeah. All right. Okay. Oh. In other news. Oh, how about that, huh? Lover's card, crossing whatever the center is. In other news. I always wanted to say that. I always thought I would have made a fun newscaster. I'd have been fired in a week, but I mean, I'd have probably made a fun newscaster. I would have had fun with it anyway. I don't know if anybody listening would have, but I would have had fun. 5 of Pentacles, the Death card, crossed by the Lovers. What the fuck is going on here? Something coming out of the deep freeze. Something's coming out of the deep freeze, right? Oh, I hope it's a Stouffer's pizza. I love those. The little French bread. They used to be better. I don't know what they added to them, but to make them cook faster. But they are good. I mean, what's red with the 5 of Pentacles? Stouffer's pizza. No, the King of Swords. It's right there. It wants to talk to you. It's talking to you. Good. I'm glad. I don't think this person deserves a new soulmate or anything waking up. What's under the Lovers? Oh, 5 swords. You get a second crack at somebody. You get a second crack. It's not this. I said in other news. Put some parentheses, some brackets around this fucker. In other news, you got somebody coming. You got a surprise communication coming. It's coming out of the deep freeze a little bit. It's from another energy. This one is probably an ex. It's somebody you probably cut out a while ago. This person's gone through some big changes. Give them a chance, okay? These are two separate issues. Give them do what you want with this one. Give them a chance. It's very similar to what we talked about maybe in the Mars reading, where we had a communication that you were less than charmed by, but it actually ends up being pretty good. You might want to give it a shot. That's that energy. So that's very nice. Anyway, do what you want with this person. It's not worth engaging them, confronting them, getting out your sword, getting up from your throne. It's not worth it. Okay? They're never going to see you as anything other than who you were. We'll put it that way. Okay? Whatever. It's fine. Accept that. Move on. If you have to have contact with this person, well, I have to have contact with that person, Steve, for whatever reason. I don't know. They're your baby daddy. They're your uncle. I mean, I don't have any fucking idea. But if you have to have contact, you can always limit it. I mean, I stay in contact with I don't like a lot of them, but I stay in contact. I'm just not home a lot. They get voicemail a lot, you know, and text. You can always blow somebody off with a quick text. That's easy. You know, I mean, it is what it is. Do what you got to do. But it's not worth engaging them. It's probably worth having their energy around for whatever reason. It doesn't hurt you. Their energy doesn't hurt you. It just annoys you. All right? And that can get toxic after a while if it starts eating at you and keeping you up at night. Make sure you do something about it. You know, but don't go overboard. Right? You don't have to go nuclear on it. All right, that's your reading. I hope it was helpful. All right? Comes from a good place, as always. Good luck.